Just when you think those brain trusts on Capitol Hill can't possibly say anything dumber and take a worse position on any particular issue, once again, they come through and prove us wrong.
Some say, well, we have to deal with our border first. The Ukrainian-Russian border is our border. It's the border between depraved autocracy and freedom-loving people seeking our democratic way of life. Do we have a stake in that outcome? Yes.
That's Representative Gerald Connolly. Despite the fact he's a Democrat, apparently 100 Republicans agreed with him. Yes, Ukraine is our border. What?
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth. Awesome, baby, to the top of the line.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty. This is the Afternoon Drive. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That'll give you notification of my rants, my ravings, and my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. That's how we get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for being a part of the Afternoon Drive. You know, whenever the Congress gets together and decides to do something on behalf of the American people, you know that we're pretty much screwed. Especially when they do it on the weekend, late at night. Yeah, there's just something about that just reeks of they're going to do something colossally bad, but you and I, we get to pay for it. And I'm telling you, and I talked about this just a week ago, and the Republicans once again have failed to not disappoint us in the fact that they have zero backbone and that establishment Republicans are part of the grift. When Marjorie Taylor Greene is now referred to by the New York Post as Moscow Marjorie, are you kidding me? Because of her opposition to more Ukraine grift. This money is not about a war effort. It's not about defending the people of Ukraine or sticking up for democracy. It is about the oligarchs getting their money back for all of the influence they bought with the Biden administration when Obama Biden was then vice president and Hunter Biden, the crackhead, was the cash mule taking money to the Bidens so they could have influence into the Obama administration. And we have Republicans that are going along with this. Russia could absolutely annihilate Ukraine now if they wanted to. They don't. They wanted Ukraine to stop killing Russians who are in the Donbas region of Ukraine. And they didn't want NATO coming into Ukraine, thus putting NATO, U.S., missiles on their border. And I said it before, and I will say it again. We wouldn't want Mexico or Canada allowing Russian missiles on their border. We might actually cross the line and do something about that, which is exactly what Russia has done. The reason they haven't taken more country is not this valiant fight that Zelensky has put up in pushing back on Vlad Putin. No, nay. Russia still views Ukraine as Russian. They see them as part of them. They're not trying to kill their own people. They wanted to secure the area so that they have a port, so that they can export their fuel, which is, funding their economy. They don't want U.S. missiles on their border, but they weren't interested in annihilating Ukraine. But Joe Biden and the Democrats and the establishment Republicans and the military-industrial complex will not be satisfied. They will not get their rocks off until they have absolutely started World War III. So Congress gets together in a late session on the weekend for the benefit of the American people. Were they going to secure our border? No. Were they going to do something about the hyperinflation in this country so that you and I could actually afford to go to the grocery store, afford our mortgage payments, afford to live? No. So they pass and give $61 billion more dollars to a failed cause, Ukraine. And then they cheer about it. Ukraine, Ukraine. In the United States House of Representatives, waving Ukrainian flags. Seriously? Seriously? And Republicans went along with this, and you got to wonder, okay, here we go again. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, what do they got on him? What is Nancy Botox Pelosi? What's the blackmail she's holding over his head? You know, this is Jeff Sessions all over again. Have we got, they got film footage of this hillbilly having sex with barnyard animals? What is it they got on him? Now, Lindsey Graham, again, he is just such a deviant individual. He's one of those guys. He didn't get his rocks off the normal way. He gets his rocks off thinking about war. Lindsey Graham loves war. Doesn't matter who the war is with, where it is, what the reasons, what the cause is. He just loves war. He is a deviant pervert who apparently just gets off on death and carnage. And I understand why Donald Trump is saying what he's saying. He knows who his true enemies are, that military-industrial complex and all the stuff that they have heaped on top of him. Unbelievable. President Trump, you got it right when you said, I want the dying to stop. I want people to stop dying. I will get Zelensky and Vlad Putin together and we will end this. And it needs to end. We can't fund the United States, but we're going to fund Ukraine. And this idea that somehow this is a fight for democracy, man.
And today, we cannot disappoint those who seek what we have: freedom. The freedom to self-determine, the freedom to decide their sovereignty and their alliances and their form of government.
Ukraine is not a democracy. Zelensky is not a free democratic kind of guy. All of his political opposition is in jail. What's happening right now in this country with the political opposition to the party in charge? Oh, that's right. Jail. Or they're trying to put Donald Trump in jail. Huh. Zelensky, before Russia went in there, was being reported correctly in this country as being an absolutely vile individual who was making money off of sex trafficking. That he was a reprehensible individual. But here you've got Representative Connolly saying, no, the Ukrainian people just want to be able to freely elect their own kind of government like we do here. Well, they did that. And the Obama administration and the CIA went in there and toppled the duly elected regime because that regime wanted to establish good relations with Russia. And Obama said, no, nay, you will be a NATO nation. So they put their puppet in there, Zelensky. They understood how vile he was, how corrupt he was. Right up until the point Russian tanks went into Ukraine, the American media talked about that Ukraine was more corrupt than Russia. Now, all of a sudden, they're the poster children of freedom and democracy? Come on. This is a money laundering grift, and that is all it is. How much of these billions of dollars that go to Ukraine, it's not really going to fund a war. It's going into the pockets of the oligarchs. We have funded all of the salaries of the elected officials in Ukraine and paying for their health care. We don't do that for our own citizens. But how much of that money is coming back this way? Funneling into the Bidens, funneling into other Democrats, other establishment Republicans. It is a money laundering grift. And once again, the establishment Republicans are giving fodder to the lying legacy corporate corrupt mainstream media to talk about, the Republicans are divided. See, MAGA loses again. MAGA loses again. What is it, Mr. Johnson? What do they got on you? Maybe it's about time we in conservative media, rather than always reacting to all this, we need to act. Why don't we find out what's in Mr. Johnson's closet? And then let's open the door and let the world see it. Because it's time that these Republicans be made in the right way to do the right thing.